everyone, this is Jo from Clutterbum CIC, and in today's video I have been requested to do a video of what would my perfect nappy collection look like if I could have everything just that I wanted, instead of what I ended up buying from Facebook Marketplace. If I could make my perfect stash, what would it be? So here goes. I'm going to start with newborn because I did cloth from newborn for both of mine, and being completely honest with you, if my perfect stuff for newborns, and you might not like the look of this, flats, pre-folds, just getting back to basics for newborns is absolutely the best. So you've got these are very standard cotton pre-flat and pre-fold, sorry, and so you can just fold this in three. I think everybody gets a bit nervous about these type of flat nappies because they think there's a lot of complicated folding, and there are some very beautiful specific functional folds that you can learn, but you don't have to learn fancy folds. You can just do what's called pad fold, which is fold it into a pad and pop inside a double gusseted nappy wrap. So for newborns I would get all double gusset nappy wraps, so really nice double gusset here. This is the Bambino Mio. It was the under 5 kilo wrap. Sadly, Bambino Mio stopped doing this. They did an under 9 kilos as a size 1. So sadly you can't get these anymore, but they will probably be kicking about in libraries, and I hoard these if I find them. I hoard them and they go in all my newborn kits. But seeing as it's technically not on the market, we'll have to find some different options. So I've got here a blueberry diapers, which is a poppered nice double gusset wrap again, but it has a couple of rise settings. It has 3 rise settings, so it will go down very, very small, but also go up a bit with your baby. So it won't be just for newborn, it will take them up a little bit further. So that with a pre-fold, absolutely fine, easy to do, throw it in. Just ensure that the gusset goes around the actual nappy bit, and difficult to show without a baby in it, but just make sure that goes around. Use that double gusset for containment, and just absolutely fantastic. I like the blueberry wraps. I also really like the buttons diapers. Now buttons are very, very distinguishable because each of them has this beautiful sewn on button design on the back of the nappy, and this is their smaller size one, but again this is poppered and it will go up actually quite big. It's not the birth to potty one is very, very generous, but this will go up quite big. So if you're looking for wraps to buy for a newborn that are going to take you up further, then this would be a good one to have a look at. But on its smallest setting, it does go down quite small, and it's on the more generous side. But if you're using it with flats, you're using it with terries and things like that, then you do need a little bit more of a generous fit to go in there. It also has a crossover on the waist popper, so it can cross over to go down that little bit smaller. That's a very nice wrap. And then you've got close pop in. Do a very dinky, tiny, super diddy. They're newborn wraps. Have to say, I don't rate the inserts for the newborn ones. They're just very flimsy and wishy-washy and dirt. But you stick something a bit more absorbent, like a pre-fold, or this lovely bamboo flat. This is from Bell's Bums. Look at that, so beautiful, so soft, absolutely amazing. You stick that inside this wrap, mighty. And again, just for example, so here I've got a Bell's Bums bamboo flat nappy, and I'm personally not really into all the really faffy, like learning all the fancy folds. I mean, I do know some folds obviously because I'm a nappy librarian. I'd be a bit of a rubbish one if I didn't know how to fold them, but personally I don't bother. I just fold it down into a pad, so the classic pad fold. You stuff that in this close pop in wrap, then you are talking about a bad boy for absorbency nappy. Just get it a little bit, because it's not directly made, pop-ins aren't made with this in mind. You do have to get it a little bit fitted, but there we go. That is an absolute bad boy now. Really, really fantastic. So fantastic wraps. I'm not such a fan of the inners for the newborn ones, but there we go. If you do have a very little baby, if your baby's born on the smaller side, then you can use muslin sheets as well. So this is just muslin and it's just cotton. Again, I would just pad fold this. You can learn to do all the folds if you want, but you just don't have to for a newborn. If you've got a very, very dinky little newborn, oops. Okay, I've just folded this into a bit of a pad. I have folded it down a little bit just so that it would go inside the wrap that I would want it to go in, and pop that in there, and that's going to be quite absorbent but not as bulky. Muslin is going to be less absorbent than cotton. Cotton is less absorbent than bamboo, but when you're talking newborns, unless you were thinking of taking overnight, I wouldn't really worry with bamboo in the day, but bamboo is a really, really absorbent material, so good for nights. And then pre-flats. So pre-flats maybe look a bit daunting if you've not seen one before. So it's a long, big square, big rectangular material with these two flappy bits. This is a large size one because my newborn and my mediums are out in the library at the moment. They're out on loan. But just to show you how it works, it's not as complicated as you think. You just fold this central panel in three. Baby's bum goes in here and you bring this up between baby's legs. And because it's cotton and really, really nice adjustable, you can just roll it down a little bit and make this perfect size for your baby. Then you bring the wings around for fastening and use a nappy nipper to fasten it. And this is a Bobo tweet one, but posies do lovely pre-flats, matros do lovely pre-flats. And yeah, one of the things I really like about cotton pre-flats, and this is a cotton one, and cotton pre-folds or muslins, they wash and dry so quickly. Within an hour on the line, this was dry. This has an extra panel of cotton inside this pre-fold, but again, a couple of hours out on the line in the sunshine, it's going to dry so nicely, and they're just so quick and easy to use. So that's my newborn game. Oh, for newborn overnight, I would actually look, if not doing a bamboo pre-fold, then I would look to do the size 1 version, which again I've got out in the library at the moment. And the size 1 version of the Tot Spots Bamboozle is a really nice night option for little newborns. Then going on out of newborn and going into the sort of birth to potty size, again I'm a big fan of flats and terries, especially for use around the home, because they wash well and they dry really, really quickly. And they're also very economical. You get many more nappies for your money using flats and terries than you do buying the modern cloth nappies and the individual units. I mean, the average individual cloth nappy could sort of be anywhere between £12 to £20 depending on what you're getting and if it's a handmade and how fancy and how good quality materials you're getting. But for about 30 quid you could probably end up with 6 or 7 nice flats, a couple of wraps and nappy nipper to fit in it. So yeah, it's a more economical system. But having said that, I do like a lot of the modern cloth nappies, and the first one I'll start out with a massive shout out. I think probably one of my all-time favourites is a Fluffy Ducks. It's a trim pant style nappy, so if you've got a bigger newborn, this could go down to newborn size, and I've got a video on this showing tips and tricks and hacks how to make it suitable for newborn. But this could potentially go from newborn up towards potty training. If you've got a very big child, then this might not go that far, but if you wanted something that could go from very small quite the way up and you're going to get a lot of use out of it, Fluffy Ducks, absolutely love the Fluffy Ducks nappies. They are really versatile. They're an all-in-two because their inserts popper in, but they do actually have a pocket as well, so you could tuck the inserts inside of the pocket to make it more suitable for letting grandparents use it, or child minders, or just being out in your change bag. Absolutely love a Fluffy Ducks all-in-two. Another all-in-two that I really, really like is a Lou Makes. This is an older version of it, but the Lou Makes is a fantastically absorbent nappy. Again, hemp, cotton and bamboo based, so really, really lovely materials. Great fit, great design. I like the frills. If you like extra containment, you can tuck the frills in, but you don't have to. Fantastic performing nappy. I really love that. A very common and very, very popular nappy is the close pop-in. Now, the newborn, I didn't really like the inserts, but for the birth to potty version, the bamboo inserts are really good. Steer clear of the polyester ones. Not really a fan of those. They don't hold that much. But this is a really nice nappy, easy to use. Velcro if you're not into poppers, and because it all pops in at the front and the back, it won't wibble about too much in your change bag or if you're giving it to a childminder, so that's a really nice option. And then I thought a couple, I forgot, my all-time favourite all-in-two actually. This is because my son he's big now, and some of the all-in-twos, like the close pop-in and that, they do still fit him, but they're getting towards the Speedo type of fit. They're very, very slim, and he's really just gone past where the fluffy ducks can go. So an all-in-two that is suitable for bigger babies. It won't go down to newborn size, but it will go up really high, and it's very generous in its cut. Is the Bobo Tweaked all-in-two, and also just look at this. Look at that print. I've done a review on these as well. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rise settings, so it is a very, very generous. It's actually a slightly larger format than most birth to potties. So just if you're talking about you're going up to the upper ends of nappy use, this is just one of my, this and Fluffy Duck's probably like my two favourite all-in-twos. So Bobo Tweaked all-in-two. And then I thought look at a couple of pocket nappies, because pocket nappies are really, really really popular. I tend to use them mostly if I'm sending to the childminder. Otherwise I use other things at home, but I thought I'd run you through, if I were going to have pocket nappies in my stash, what would be my favourite ones to have. And the first one would be Peppy Collection. Peppy Collection got really generous sized inserts, really nice. You come with two. They're a bamboo microfiber mix, and the inner gusset on these is really nice and tight. So that's a really nice tight inner gusset, so I really did like that. A really great performer, really good in the car nappy if you're going to be on a long journey and you want super absorbency. I really liked the Peppy Collection. In a very, very similar vein is the Lapetitos. Lapetitos again comes with two very generous sized inserts, and it's got quite a nice ruched internal gusset. But what I quite like, one key difference and what I quite liked about that, some people find stuffing pocket nappies a bit difficult. This has open-ended both sides, so it can make stuffing the pocket a lot easier. It also has a night option, and my son, who has gone from being a very heavy wetter just down to a normal medium wetter, now they're night options, so they have a little trifold with a microfiber insert that just slots inside the same wrap. That works for him now, and that's really good. When he was super, super, super wetting, this wouldn't have held it, but now as he's getting a bit bigger and he's not feeding so much at night, this is a really nice option. So I like the Lapetitos because it can be for day or for night, and I really do like that. And then the final of my sort of favourite pocket nappies out there at the moment, which is, it was surprising, I wouldn't have thought to get one of these. This was very kindly sent to the library by the Nappy Gurus, and I thought, oh god, I'll give it a try. It's a seedling multi-fit, and it's the only pocket nappy I know with such a generous double gusset. Fantastic. I love a double gusset. It's just fantastic for containment. It's just really, really good. So it is a pocket nappy, but it has this amazing double gusset, and the inside of it is it's a trifold. It's a pre-fold that you just fold in three, or fold however you wish to fold it, and put it inside the pocket. And it's such a great performer. Such a great performer. This is a bamboo cotton mix pre-fold. So if you wanted to stick more towards natural materials where possible, then this would be the one, because the Lapetitos and the Peppy both have microfiber in them, and some people are like, yes, okay, we use microfiber. Some people want to reduce how much microfiber they're using. I would personally say in the case of reusable nappies, because you get so many uses, and the microfiber that you're using is itself recyclable and can be turned into another type of textile, it's not so bad. It's not like the plastic film wrapping that you get around certain foodstuffs, so a little bit of moderation there. So those are my sort of day options that I would be using. Now for nighttime, I would be, for the birth to potty size, I would actually go back to, I'd use this large pre-flat, but because it's cotton, it's nowhere near enough on its own. It will need boosting, and I boost it with a hemp and a bamboo insert. Again, this from Bobo Tweak, but it doesn't have to be. It can be from any. This can work with any boosters you get. So whatever works for you, I would go and do that. use these again just because they wash so nicely and quickly. And also this waffle, I don't know if you can see this waffle fabric, just it feels so great under the wrap. It's just such a fun one to have. So I do use this overnight, but quite heavily boosted. On its own it's not going to be enough. My all-time favourite night nappy has got to be the hybrid from Bobo Tweet. So this looks beautiful, but don't be fooled, this needs a wrap. You're going to have to cover this beautiful piece of work up, sadly, but this is just so good on absorbency. When my son was heavy wetting, this was just absolutely great. So you have an absorbent, I think it's French terry shell, then you've got a snap-in trifold, which is hemp based, which is the most absorbent material, and it's got just a little fleecy lining on the top there, but it also comes with a bamboo and hemp based extra booster. And this is such a lovely, I've got 3 of these and I can't stop buying them now actually. When there's been this new drop I'm so tempted, but 3 is probably enough. I probably don't need more than 3. But what I really like about this in comparison to some other night nappies is because each of the individual components are quite slim, which means they are great for line drying. Now I really love Lou Makes. Her Night Star is just such a fantastic performer. Her night nappies are amazing, but they take a long time to dry, so that is why the Bobo Tweet has picked it to the post for my favourite night nappies. But if you were going, or you wanted a more conventional nappy option, because again, these are handmade, so these are at the top end of the price market. If you wanted something that wasn't at the top end of the price market but was going to perform really, really well, I'd go back to the Tot Spots Bamboozle. When my son was very, very heavy wetting, I would have the Bamboozle on. I would have the I'd have the internal snap-in booster folded at the front, but what I would also do is on the Tot Spots wrap I would stick in the 2 peanut pads as well. So I would pop in the peanut pads into the wrap, I would have the Bamboozle on my boy, and then I would wrap him all up in that, and that is over a litre's worth of absorbency. So that's a huge amount of absorbency that did really well for him before I found the Bobo Tweets, and also because they're not handmade, they're mass produced, they are going to be a cheaper option. You can probably also find a lot of these on Facebook Marketplace, but the handmade stuff not so much, because when people buy them they tend not to give them up. So that's it. Those are my sort of favourite. If I could build my perfect stash, if I convince my husband that having another child is a good idea, and I want to replace some of my more tired nappies that have done 3.5 years of solid service with 2 small children, these are the things that I would be looking at. But my absolute favourites for newborns, it's got to be flat nappies. Just absolutely love them. They wash easily, they dry so quickly, and when you're doing a massive turnaround of nappies, that's what you want. Then I'd continue with flats, because flats can just grow with your baby as well. So I would continue with flats for normal everyday home use. But then I'd be having these nicely fluffy ducks, the Peppy collection, the Bobo Tweets. What else did I say? The Seedlings, the Lou Makes, All Star. Just such a lovely collection of nappies, and La Petite Ours as well for multifunctionality. Really, really lovely nappies. Maybe one day I will get to buy these for myself if I have another one, but we will see. So I hope that you have enjoyed looking in my personal favourite nappies, and do get in touch if you have any queries or you want some help or advice on how to get started with cloth. Alright. Do hit the like and subscribe button if you like the videos. We have tutorials, we have interviews with the nappy producers, and we have nappy reviews as well. So keep in touch with everything that we've got going on, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.